now time for Hello, Mr. President. And if you have any issues within your communities, bad roads, bad hospitals, terrible schools, things that are hindering the growth of you and your family, this segment is meant for you. Just take out your phone and record an up to 1 minute video. Send that video to us via the email hello mrpresidenttv@gmail.com. You can also WhatsApp us that video via the WhatsApp line 0550585832. And every Wednesday at 9:30, we'll show the country and the world what you're experiencing and advocate for better. We will now take a look at some of the videos we received this week. And as we were waiting for that video, we're actually going to do a recap of the Bongo district. It's in the Upper East region. It has to do with a CHPS compound, okay? A CHPS compound that the community is supposed to have to serve the people there. Unfortunately, because they don't have that CHPS compound, the health officials have to take care of their patients under a tree. Now, can you imagine going to a hospital at a time when you're already sick and needing to be treated under a tree? Let's take a look at that video.
Hello. My name is Mba John Attington, a native of Apaatanga electoral area in the Bongo district in the Upper East region. Currently, the Apaatanga electoral area has no structured CHPS compound. We have a CHPS compound called Akanaba, which operates under tree. And there is a community health officer who is trying all his possible best to give us health services. We are therefore appealing to the President of the Republic of Ghana to build us a CHPS compound, which we think in the long run will help us access health easily in the community, especially during rainy seasons.
So there you have it. A viewer sent in that video. Now, let me put the Bongo district into perspective. Okay, it's in the Upper East region. As far back as 2010, when we did our consensus, there were over 80,000 people living within that district. The DCE is on the line. He's going to help us appreciate how many people are in this particular community, what the CHPS compound was supposed to do, and why it has not been done yet. If you are watching us and you have a similar problem in your community, you can comment down below on our Facebook page. You can send us your concerns via the hashtag Breakfast Daily, and you can also send it to us via the WhatsApp line 0550585832. Our health is our basic human rights. No human being has to die because health officials don't have access to adequate resources. If I get into an accident right now in Accra and I can go to Kolebu or any of the other main hospitals and get treated, if I can go to any health facility within Accra and get treated, there's absolutely no reason why if I find myself in Bongo, I shouldn't be able to get that same quality of treatment. And this morning, we're talking all things health. Why it is that a community in this 21st century Ghana does not have the CHPS compound they need to take care of their patients. I have with me the DCE of the Bongo District Assembly, Peter Anyinbisa. Good morning, Mr. Peter.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for being with us. Can you please tell us a bit about your community and what's happening there?
Yes. Which of my communities? Bongo is a very large community.
Yes, so we're talking about the specific area where the CHPS compound is supposed to be, Apaatanga.
Okay, you are talking about our CHPS guys in Apaatanga for that matter.
Yes, please.
Let me first of all thank my younger brother, John Mba, for having taken the pain to make selfie of what is happening in his environment and consequently putting it on the national studio or network. I am very much aware of the situation in that community. We have tried several times, myself and the Minister of Health, to see how best we can put up a health facility in the proper context. Where this currently is our Kebugan. And in the Kebugan community, we have plans to put up a safe compound in that area, even though we do not have one yet. But we have a functional facility where a nurse is posted and stationed to take care of the health needs of the people in that community. As it were now, we had about 12 health centers that were operating under trees, including the Akebugan one. We have successfully built about 5 of such health centers to be able to reduce the number of chiefs that operate under trees within the district. As I talk to you, 4 of such have been completed and 2 are ongoing. The Apaatanga chiefs in particular, or the Akanaba one, have come to attention, and we are working very hard to ensure that we refuse it into a budget for 2021. We'll be able to put up a chief compound in that community.
Okay.
However, Kwaita has almost allocated 1 chief to be built in the district. And my district director of Ghana Services indicates to me that his choice for that chief is going to be located within the Akebugan community.
Okay.
So very soon, the Akebugan people will have a structured chief compound.
Okay.
I must also say that the community has acquired a land, and the land has properly been marketed, waiting for the facility to kickstart.
Okay, thank you very much, Peter. How many?
Making certain attempts to ensure that we solve the problem for them.
Okay, thank you very much. Approximately how many people would you say live within this Apaatanga community?
Apaatanga has a population close to 1,200.
Okay.
And there's one that is closer to that Apaatanga area. In fact, we built one. That one has been commissioned as a use. But there's a litigation as the naming.
Okay.
And where they are talking about, it's not too far from where this executive center is. And because of cultural barriers and differences, they think that they want to have one on their own.
Okay.
And Minister of Health has demarcated that area as a chief zone or chief center. That is why they go under the tree and they are able to tend to them in providing them with basic health care.
So what kind of yes.
Center, which is Apaatanga itself.
Okay,
so it's not too far from the nearest compound, which is called Apaatanga.
Okay, so 1,200 people within this community. What kind of care would they get in a tree that is under a tree that is serving as a chief's compound, from your own estimation?
As it were, Rome was not built in a single day, as I told you. We had over 12 chief's compounds that were operating under trees, including the Akebugan one.
Okay.
That we have successfully built 6. Out of the 6, 4 have been completed and put to use. 2 are ongoing. So the nature of healthcare that they will receive will be dependent largely on the nature of the personnel that will be posted there. Like I told you, a nurse has been assigned to that particular facility. He goes there every day to attend to their basic health needs. Where it becomes difficult for the nurse to contain them, to refer them to the nearest center, which is Apaatanga. And if that one fails, they are easily referred to a different hospital, where we have 2 medical doctors that will attend to them, plus other health personnel. So, the chief centers do not practice male health care things. What they do, basically, is to give them first aid so that they'll be able to now be home to the nearest health center. So the basic health needs that they require, they are able to administer it to the community and anybody who visits the center. So primarily, their health needs are being attended to.
So I'm visualizing a pregnant woman who needs to be taken care of immediately with urgency. They come under this tree that's serving as a CHPS compound. What will be their chances of surviving from having to now leave this tree to a proper CHPS compound in a neighboring community?
That is the nature of some of our communities. Despite the fact that they are operating under a tree, there is a motor ambulance that is closer to where the CHPS tree is, and that's the Apaatanga CHPS. Quaker has provided some of the CHPS compounds with motor ambulances, and Apaatanga happens to be one of the beneficiaries of such facilities. Mm-hmm. So where there's a pregnant person or woman who needs to be transferred from the CHPS and the tree to the CHPS compound proper or the nearest health facility, it is easy for the person to be transferred on the motor ambulance to the nearest facility. Fortunately, this government has provided every constituency with an ambulance. Bongo constituency have ours. 3 days ago, I was going to work, and my route to my work happened to be part of that area. I met one of the motorcades carrying a pregnant woman.
Okay.
Because of the poor nature of the road, the woman was basically suffered and cried out to stop and put her in night car and took her to hospital. So the ambulance is also available each time somebody requires the services of the ambulance to quickly tell time and the ambulance factors for this. So primarily, I think that basic health needs are being taken care of.
So, Mr. Peter, you've taken it now from the Apaatanga community to the broader Bongo district, right? And you would agree with me that the population of Bongo probably by now is over 100,000. One ambulance.
Our estimated population is 104,000.
404,000.
104,000.
Okay, 104,000. As at 2010, it was a little over 80,000. So 104,000 people
yes, to the population housing.
Yes.
80,000.
That was in 2010.
The estimated growth rate is 1.5.
Okay. So congratulations on your growth rate. So 104,000 people to one ambulance. If someone finds themselves within the Apaatanga community of 1,200 people and they urgently need an ambulance, what are the chances of this ambulance getting there on time to get them to where they need to be? Shouldn't we prioritize getting them the CHPS compound they need now?
Like I said earlier on, Rome was not built in a single day.
Yes, but then Ghanaians deserve better, don't you agree?
Having access to an ambulance service.
Yes.
In the immediate past.
But don't you agree that the people in your district deserve better?
That is why every food center today in Bongo district has a motor ambulance. Even though it's not comfortable, but it's better than carrying the person on a donkey cart or carrying the person on a motorcycle.
Okay, so how many Motor Kings ambulances do you have?
We have 36 CHPS compounds in the district. Each of these 36 has a motor ambulance of the source, and that is what we use.
Okay.
Also, the introduction of the National Ambulance Service, or this ambulance that has been given to the constituency, this is the way we used to do. Now, I tell you on authority that the ambulance is able to serve several people within the constituency in a day. Okay. Sometimes you will get a call from, say, Dr. Katari. Last week I was in Katari when the ambulance had to go there. And they were able to fast-track things for the patient and were able to save their life. So, though we are about 104,000, that the services that provide, if the ambulance cannot reach out, the motor ambulance will be able to reach out. So that is how we are managing the healthcare delivery in the United States. Okay.
How long have you been in the community, just out of curiosity, in the Bongo district? You personally?
You mean the Bongo as a district?
Yes, as a district.
I've lived my entire life here in Bongo.
So, okay.
So, I've lived here as old as I am.
Okay.
I was born, I've lived, I've worked, and I'm still living and working in Bongo district.
So how do you feel when you hear stories of, people struggling to access something as basic to us here? as healthcare, and one of your healthcare workers even going as far as sending us videos because this is making life difficult for them to properly cater to patients. How does that make you feel?
Come again.
How do you feel when you hear stories of people in your community, the same community you were born in, you've grown up in, struggling to get access to healthcare that we have?
I sympathize with people who struggle to be able to make it to life, people who struggle to be able to have easy access to healthcare. I sympathize with them. But of course, we are doing everything humanly possible within our means to be able to fix these problems. That is why when we came to meet about 12 compounds operating under trees, we want to reduce the number by building about 6 of such compounds. And I know that by the end of this year, all the 6 that we have started will have been completed. And that is going to aid or going to help in getting people closer to a proper health facility that can take care of their health needs. That's what I'm doing. I also understand that some health staff do not have proper accommodation.
Yes.
That's also putting the pain on ourselves. We have started building with accommodation. In the past, these are the 6 compounds singly put without accommodation facilities access. Today, when we build the 6 compounds, we access accommodation, modern accommodation with modern facilities. Accommodation to help us to stay within the community and work in that community.
Okay.
So I sympathize with my fellow citizens that are struggling to be able to have easy access to health facilities. Of course, we are doing everything possible to ensure that in the few years to come, affordability and access will be a thing of the past.
Okay, so your target is 2021. No one in this district would have to be treated under a tree again.
Of course, that will depend on the inflow of resources, because within 3.5 years to 4 years, we've been able to successfully build 6. I'm hoping that resources would be available so that the next 4 years, that possibly this government will be able to put up yet another 4 to 6 health facilities.
So it will take you...
If it's done, I believe that we would have reduced, if not completely eliminated, all...
Okay, it looks like we've lost the DCE there, but there are people in this country who have to be treated under trees. They live in the Apaatanga community in the Bongo district. They deserve better. The DC is saying perhaps by the end of the year they will get it. Maybe in the next 4 years they will be treated. We'll continue to follow up on this story because right to life is everybody's human right. And we shouldn't have to die because we don't have access to a proper CHPS compound and we're being treated under a tree. We'll take a look at some more videos that we received from our viewers.
Hello, Mr. President. I'm Kalamulai Adam Musa, a native of Yendi in the northern region. Mr. President, I want to share with you some of our problems and challenges that we face here in Yendi. I'll talk about roads, Mr. President. Yendi is more or less a centralized town that connects to many towns and villages in the Eastern Corridor territory. Even before reaching the regional capital, you have to pass through Yendi before, Mr. President, but the roads leading to those towns and villages are so bad, Mr. President. Example, Yendi to Charkwene and then Yendi to Sabusogo Teltale. Mr. President, even this time around, you cannot go to Saboba without entering a canoe. We entreat you to come to our aid by fixing those roads for us, Mr. President. We say, Ayiko, you should come to our aid by helping us fix these roads for us. That will make our transportation and then our travel very simple.
So that's the ND there, and we're going to show you some visuals of what the young man is talking about. Moving from one side of the road to the next is such a daunting task that they need canoes to actually move from just one community to the next. Now imagine having a child in this community who needs to go to school. Imagine having a wife who needs to go to the hospital. Just imagine doing your daily operations, not only talking about drastic things like delivering a child, but going to work every day. Your child accidentally falling in this water. Now they have to go back home to change before they go to school because their friends will tease them. How are the people in this community supposed to properly contribute their human capital to the development of this nation when something as simple as moving from one place to the next is so complicated that you need people to help you get on a canoe to get to the next community? We want to extensively spend time on this topic next week. So we're just showing you how people in this community get from one place to the next. Next week, we'll delve more into this problem. Again, this is an election year. All the politicians are going to come into our homes. They will attempt to pound our fufu with us, do our banku with us, behave as if they are our friends and they genuinely care about us. It is up to us to not be deceived by T-shirts and bags of rice, but throw some of these crucial questions to them. Why are my roads still not fixed? Why are our women losing children because they don't have access to proper health facilities? It is only when we hold them accountable that they will sit up and serve us the way they should. So if you're experiencing any problems in your town, in your community, don't think you are a small, insignificant person. You're speaking for hundreds and thousands of other people who are too afraid to share their problems with us. Take your phone out and record an up to 1 minute video. Send that video to us via the email hellomrpresidenttv@gmail.com and the WhatsApp line 0550-585832. And every Wednesday at 9:30 a.m. we will show it here and call onto those policymakers who are supposed to do something to do right by you. It is about time that we actively participated in our own development, and it starts with holding our leaders accountable. Thank you guys so much for staying with us. It is still Breakfast Daily on Citi TV. Thank you so much again. Hi there. We hope you enjoyed the show.
Make sure to subscribe, like, comment, and share with your friends.
This is Breakfast Daily on Citi TV.
Join the Breakfast Daily team Monday through Fridays from 7:30 a.m. to 10. Join us for breakfast daily, only on Citi TV.